Good. Thank you, Corey. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll call the Hawarden, Iowa City Council to order at 5:30 p.m. Wednesday, the last Wednesday of June, June 28, 2023. All present other than Councilperson Travis had automobile difficulties today. We'll start out with the standard agenda items. Number 1A, approval of the June 14th, 2023 regular City Council meeting minutes. You've had those in your packet. Is there a motion for that?
So moved. Second.
Moved by John, second by Rob. All in favor then of the approval of the June 14th regular City Council meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? It passes 4-0. Next, we'll move on to claims for payment for today. Monty, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. John?
None, thank you.
Patty?
I have none.
Rob?
No questions.
Is there a motion for claims for payment?
I make a motion.
Motion by Patty. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by John. All in favor of the June 28th, 2023 claims for payment, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That again passes 4-0. Move on to open business from the community. Seeing none, we'll move to the mayor's report. We want to welcome Doug Hageman as the city's new gas foreman and Mike Sherman as the new gas operator. We thank them for coming into those positions and beginning their employment with the city of Hawarden. Citizens, as you meet them, please greet them so they get to know you folks on a first name basis. Good luck to our West Sioux baseball and softball teams as they move into tournament time. Some of those players will conclude their activities at West Sioux, and we wish them the best as they move on to college or other opportunities. Thanks to those that are working at our swimming pool or with our summer recreation program. The swimming pool seems to be very busy, and the summer rec program is going very well. As we celebrate the 4th of July next week, please enjoy time spent with your family and friends. Once said, our Iowa President Herbert Hoover said, "Freedom is the open window through which pours the sunlight of the human spirit and human dignity." So as you celebrate the 4th, give thanks to your freedom that we have here. We'll move to staff reports and start with Jacob, please.
I'm just busy wrapping up the end of the FY and starting to prep for our audit coming up. So, and then I know that probably we'll have them coming to present in July for the last audit.
Thank you, Travis.
I stole some of my thunder. I was going to announce our new gas positions.
Sorry.
Doug started last Monday, or just a couple days ago, and Mike Sherman will start July 10th. So you'll see him around.
That's it. Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry I blew that one. Wanda?
Just a couple items. First of all, I want to thank the Hawarden Community Foundation for the grants that the city received. Our ambulance, fire, the pool, and summer rec were beneficiaries to that fund, and we're very thankful for that. I'm not sure if this is in Corey's, but I'll steal his thunder if it is. Fireworks, if you're wondering when and where. It is posted on our website, and it is posted on Facebook, so, or you can call the city offices to find that information. We just ask that you be respectful of everybody else around you. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Jenny? Nothing, thank you. Okay. Corey?
I was going to touch on the fireworks, but thank you for that. We are accepting applications. We've had a few come in here as of late. Just want to put that back out there that we're looking for full-time help. If anybody's interested, they can either email me or there's a link, I believe, on the website as well. They can get all that information.
Okay, thank you. Carol?
I'm currently working with 3 homeowners on the Housing Trust Fund, getting 3 more homes taken care of, which will be nice. Just working on a few more grants. It's the end of the year, so I won't get new grants posted till after July 1st. So other than that, just busy.
Okay, thank you. Council members, do you have any questions for staff or any comments at this time? Hearing none, we'll move to agenda item number 3. This is the ordinance 749, final reading, the ordinance providing for the division of taxes taxable property, also known as TIF, pursuant to Section 40319. Want to give an overview for that again? We talked at length about it last time.
This is the section of property that is on the south end of town with the CFE project, our electric substation, and south is where this area will encompass.
Thank you, and that wasn't any city staff that are on top of the CFE business.
Not.
And we're aware of.
Is there a motion for ordinance 749?
So moved.
Moved by John. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Patty. Further questions or clarifications? Roll call vote then, please, for ordinance 749.
Harvey? Anderson?
Aye.
Lucky?
Yes.
Feldhacker?
Aye.
On a 4-0 roll call vote, ordinance 749 passes. Agenda item number 4, 4A is a public hearing for the contract and estimated cost for the MRI modular installation project. And that would be followed by the resolution. Does the hospital want to give any overview before we move to that, please?
Sure, like I had said a couple weeks ago, this is a separate bid package for the MRI. The MRI is actually already signed and purchased, and so that'll be coming, and then the MRI is actually housed in a box, and that will arrive probably late August. But this bid is for the construction to tie that box inside of the building and make sure that the concrete's set up and the steel's set up around it, and that's what the bid is for. It's just the connection of the containment shed, basically, inside of the building. Then later on, probably closer to the May timeframe, they'll actually bring the MRI and bring it in and with a hoist, with a crane, basically, and drop it in the containment area that it's supposed to be, and then do all the things that they need to do to hook up the MRI, but it's to get the power to it, to the box, sprinkler system, and all those types of other things. And so it's really the construction and mechanical and electrical work that needs to be done.
Council have questions before we move to the public hearing? Agenda item number 4A is the public hearing for proposed form of contract and estimated costs. I open the public hearing. Any comments to be made? Did we receive any comments in this regard to the city offices?
We did not receive any.
Okay. I'll close the public hearing, which moves us to Resolution 2023-48, approval of the proposed plans, specifications, form of contract, estimate of cost for the MRI modular installation at the Hawarden Regional Healthcare. Is there a motion for that resolution?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by John,
Second.
seconded by Patty. Questions or clarifications? Roll call vote then for Resolution 2023-48.
Feldhacker?
Aye.
Harvey?
No.
Anderson?
Aye.
Lucky?
Aye.
On a 3-1 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-48 passes. We move then to agenda item number 5, Resolution 2023-49. We talked last week about the personnel, 2 weeks ago, last meeting, about personnel policy updates. You want to just give an overview of what was discussed there, Wanda?
Sure. What we're adding is President's Day, the third Monday in February, as a paid holiday. We've changed the city's life insurance to be better across the board for everybody. And then we are changing the language on the residency requirements, or making it a lot cleaner than what it is right now.
Is there a motion for Resolution 2023-49?
So moved.
Moved by Rob. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by John. Jacob, we call for a roll call vote for Resolution 2023-49 for the personnel policy updates.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Clucky,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Harvey.
On a 4-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-49 passes. Resolution 2023-50, this is a resolution setting the salaries for appointed officers and employees for fiscal year 2024. Within the first packet, we received an updated one, timely. Do you wish to go through that, please?
Sorry, I had it up before and now I... Okay, this is the updated one. As I said in my memo, this shows a 5% increase across the board for everybody, including the union contract that was at 2.5%. We raised that to 5% also, to be competitive with what we're seeing in the workforce as we try to hire people. We're finding that we're not competitive with our wages.
So the union contract, okay, what's the union contract say?
2.5%.
Okay, and you're just going over the union contract amount?
For the 2.5%, we're doing 5%.
Okay. That seems high.
It is a little high, and last year it was at 2.5 as well. The cost of living has went up dramatically, and every facet, as far as every business across the board, the standard of living's went up the last year. We were really behind. I think if we leave it where it's at, we'll be even farther behind. We want to attract good personnel and keep the personnel we have. I think 5% was pretty reasonable, but that is my opinion, and that's why we're here to vote on it tonight. So.
Any other thoughts or comments?
It's not desired, but an unfortunate fact that got to stay competitive.
Yep. I believe the county was at 6%, and most of our sister cities or our cities around the area have been anywhere from 6 to 9%, so.
Yeah.
Here, the ending of comments, we'll move to Resolution 2023-50, excuse me, resolution setting the salaries for appointed officers and employees for fiscal year '24. Is there a motion for that resolution?
So move.
Moved by Rob. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. Roll call vote then, please. Resolution 2023-50.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Anderson,
No.
Clucky,
Aye.
Harvey.
No. On a 2-2 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-50 does not pass.
When's the union contract expire this year?
No, 26.
2026?
I believe that's when it is, yes. Where would you like us to head with it then? I mean, we need some direction.
They made a bargain. They have a contract for 2.5%. Not my fault.
Okay? So as we start losing employees, or have started to
We
lose
already
employees-
have,
I know.
but
That's
I'm
what I
not
did.
sure it was money. Are you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, then you talk to different folks than I do.
Well, I talked to the individuals that left, so I would assume that they would have told me the correct information. So you want us to bring it back at 2.5 for everybody?
Patty, Monty?
I'm only one vote.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough. I mean, we're just sending a, basically, a message that,
So we're going to honor the 2.5%, 2 years ago when they made money. But
Right.
now that it's at 5, now that the cost of living is up, we're going to renege on that deal?
well,
We're gonna give them more money? Why would they ever bother
We're
to
so far
bargain?
behind as far as wages goes that,
Not my fault.
I know, but somewhere you gotta make a little bit of it up. And it's either now or later,
No, it's at contract time.
could be.
What's the length of the contract?
I think it's 21 to 26. I think it's a 5-year contract.
5-year contract?
I think that's what it is.
I was thinking maybe a 4.
Yeah, it ends 2025, so
2025.
the fall of 2025, we'll start negotiating for July of 26.
Have you gotten a list of those cities that were increasing theirs over their union amount or anything?
I don't know if they had unions,
Okay.
just the flat rate.
And not all of our employees are in union either, right?
No.
Correct.
So, if we base it all off the union, then
We always have.
could be.
For 20 years, we always have.
And we haven't had inflation like this for ever the last couple. We got off pretty cheap last year. I don't know. I mean, that's why it's up for discussion, but
Maybe car trouble will vote for you, I don't know.
was there a number you think's more appropriate? You just,
2.5%. You know, that's the agreement you guys made 5 years ago.
yeah. And a lot of that, we didn't know what the economy was going to do
Well,
5
okay,
years ago.
that's probably true, but
So-
when the economy tanked and we didn't have a pot to pee in, did we get any concessions from them? Did they agree to 1%? When the insurance went through the roof, did they say, oh, we'll take less? You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
When's our next payroll?
Next week.
So
This week?
we'll either have to have a special meeting or they'll be paid at the old rate.
Yeah, I have a hard time not honoring the contract too, and I understand what you guys are saying. I do think 5% is on the high side.
I think when we talked about it, the 5% was taken into account that last year's inflation was up like 8 point something, and then we're on top of that again, another 6% this year, so that's probably why it was a little bit on that side of it instead of more like 3.5 or 4. But
I mean, you make a contract for 5 years,
no, I
you're
get that.
stuck with it. I guarantee you that if, inflation was 1%, they would not give us money back.
We haven't had inflation that low for quite some time, but
Well, those of us with money in the market have seen it that low.
I'm just kind of stuck on you signed a contract. I mean, I don't,
It depends upon how badly you want to lose employees,
right.
because we're there. Five percent isn't unrealistic given our market and given the market area. When we're competing against other cities and other entities that are paying anywhere from 6% to 9, 10% more than what we are.
Unemployment came in at 1.9% for Sioux County.
Like be, I don't
I
know.
mean, I think it's
Pretty low.
as low as it's been. It dropped
Yep.
from 2.6. So it is a challenge.
I guess there's so many differing, obviously you want 5 and you want 5 and
Well, I mean,
somebody, you know.
we can talk
So
about
there's
it.
so many. I mean, we have to discuss the non-union side of it too. They usually always did what the union did, so I don't want.
Right, we've always followed suit, which you probably should.
But then you're treating them as union and they're not union.
Right.
That's not fair either.
No, no. And there's got to be adjustments at certain times to keep up with the cost of living, so.
The 5% is what was in the budget also, so.
But if you happen to know, just focusing on the police department, because that's obviously where the immediate needs are gonna be, where they fall as far as county, cities in the county, pay-wise,
They're at the bottom.
by how much?
Yep.
$9 less per hour?
At least. Actually, 12 is one of them. It depends upon.
Sure.
Yep.
I guess I would have had, I wish I would have had a little more time with it, but I was thinking that union contract was coming up this year. I don't know, we signed the contract, we got out of the contract.
Well,
The
we're still
union
honoring that
contract.
contract.
Yeah,
It's
and
just you're
going
giving
ahead
them a
of it.
little bit more for the cost of living increase.
I guess I thought you were probably gonna come back with a 3.5%. I didn't expect a 5%. That's where, I don't know why, but that,
Normally, you'd probably do 3 or 3.5%, but it's just the inflationary cost is went through the roof. And I think we're on the conservative side of it. I really do.
We know that from, what was it, a 2022 study of municipalities in Iowa? We were at the bottom of the utility as far as what the pay scale was. We don't have current data. But Sioux County is very different than the rest of Iowa because it is very competitive for the number of cities that we have in Sioux County that are looking for the same type of help. It is very competitive.
I guess can we come back with this and make adjustments on that first payroll or whatever needs to happen at whatever we arrive at? Or have a special meeting?
We can have a special meeting, but you need to tell me what you want on the resolution. The dollar, the
Right now?
percentage. No, I'm just saying before we get to that
I
point.
totally understand that. I get the resolutions have to have that in it.
So we would go ahead with the 2.5 and then adjust it later, is that what you're saying?
I mean, that's what I would like to think about a little bit longer.
Or we leave the pay the same, Jacob, until we know what that raise is? Because otherwise,
easier.
because we don't have a resolution that's passed to increase any wages.
Exactly, yeah. I know. Every July you do it.
I think historically there was once or twice where the union contract wasn't signed and done until after, and then there was back pay that was figured out.
I remember one time, but
Yeah.
a couple times, but I guess I would like to pass with the 2.5 now, so we know that much, and then however he
I'll
was.
support that motion.
Does that need to be in a resolution, Jenny? That needs to be,
It's a resolution that was,
so we're just working with Resolution 2023-50, setting the salaries for the appointed officers. The stated resolution as presented did not pass. So may we take a motion and a second to amend the resolution to keep it at 2.5%.
you may make the motion to make the resolution with those, that change terms.
That stipulation.
So, because this doesn't have any percentages necessarily.
No, it didn't.
What's in this resolution is just if it was at the 5%, is that correct?
Yep. So it was figured at the 5%, yeah, but it was, I didn't read the 5% in there, just that we had a 5%
Then we
budget.
advise having a special meeting if there's not a resolution.
I'm sorry, I didn't get
I would advise having a special meeting.
it. So we could
because-
revise this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Special meeting then
Next Wednesday,
next week, Wednesday at 5:30.
or we could do it at noon, or whatever works for everybody.
I'll have a meeting next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday,
If we go at 5, I could do it.
okay?
Next Wednesday at 5?
I can. Next Wednesday at 5 doesn't work for me, but you can
Is
still.
that, yeah, it's July 5th, in case we're not.
Oh, right.
It's the day after the holiday, but
I'm not.
our board meeting's at 6:30, so.
Back pay is not hard, if that's what, the route you guys want to go.
So leave it for the next council meeting?
Because that's just the next weekend after that, or next week after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so no special meeting. This will be brought forth again at our next standard
Yep.
city council meeting. Okay? Move on to agenda item number 7, Resolution 2023-52, resolution adopting the revised rules and regulations for Grace Hill Cemetery.
So moved.
There's been a motion by Monty. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by John. Questions or clarifications as they were written out? Hearing none, a roll call vote then for Resolution 2023-52.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Harvey, Clucky.
Aye.
On a 4-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-52 passes. Agenda item number 8, discussion and approval of the Catalyst IT contract.
This contract is our annual contract. This was moved to an annual contract last year. Jenny has reviewed it. The contract, other than placement of some of the things in the document, has not changed.
I make a motion to approve.
Been a motion by Patty. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by John.
How much is the contract?
We had it in the last.
It's based on the number of units that we have, or number of computers that we have, plus our other services that they do.
Under managed service addendum, Catalyst will be paid monthly. Is that it? 32, 35, 50.
What's that times 12? Okay, tell me. $38,800.
That was lower than that.
Any other discussion? Been a motion and a second. Patty and John, all in favor of approval of the Catalyst IT contract, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
Contract passes 3-1. Resolution 2023-51 is the agenda item number 9, approval of the schedule of fees. Give us an overview there, if you would.
The fee schedule is the same, except we added the food truck vendor fees at the end. That's the only change to the fees for the coming year.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by John, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Rob. This is a motion and second for Resolution 2023-51, approval of schedule of fees. Roll call vote.
If our, interest rates are so high, if our cost of living is so high, then why are these rates not going up? Why didn't they go up 5%?
Because we adjusted them last year.
Last year.
Last year was last year.
If you want me to, I can.
No.
Wondering.
With the motion and a second, a roll call vote for Resolution 2023-51.
Anderson,
Aye.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Clucky,
Aye.
Harvey.
No.
With a 3-1 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-51 passes. Agenda item number 10, discussion of community center fees.
So what was included in your packet is a reporting of what the area event centers are charging. I don't believe that we have adjusted our fees since 2004, when the community center was opened. In your packet, in the memo, I suggested that we raise those fees. You raise weddings to $1,000, including the cleaning fee. Corporate events, weekdays and Sunday, $400, and that includes the cleaning. Corporate events that are on a Saturday would be $600, and that includes the cleaning. And then nonprofits, chamber, funerals, that would be just the cleaning fee. Looking for suggestions if you'd like something different. I think it cleans it up. We take out the resident and non-resident rental packages that have been in place for almost 20 years.
What's the current rental fee for weddings?
It's 300 just for events.
300 for resident and 400 for non-resident. There was never any, as far as I know, there was never any distinction between a wedding. It was just an event.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they wanted us to clean it, then there was a $200 cleaning fee, but we've had some issues of what does that look like? So I'm recommending that we do the cleaning, and then we know that everything is clean.
Oh, I see.
That's why I'm including that in there.
Price.
Yep.
Haven't we always done that? It was like 150 years ago for somebody came in and cleaned, but I didn't know if it was like a variety of people and it wasn't consistent on cleaning or.
We never required it. So if they decided that they didn't want to clean, then they would pay the fee. But if they wanted to do the cleaning, they could do that and save that cost, but
Okay.
we're not getting consistency. And most of the event centers are including that in their fees.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I get the cleaning.
Yeah.
I just was looking at, I want to try to be reasonable too for the people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just looking at this, so the 250 is included in 1,000. And it's currently, is it 300 for the rental?
For a resident.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to raise it about 450 for somebody? resident, I guess, which was back.
700 if you didn't include the cleaning fee, so, yeah. A lot of the weddings would do the cleaning fee, so the increase isn't as significant for that.
Okay. That's all the questions I have.
Any other discussion for community center fees? Those would be good.
We wouldn't start these till July 1st, and anybody that's already on the books would be at the old fees. And I know we have some booked out for a year and a half, maybe,
Oh, geez.
so they would be at the old rate.
Okay, well, that's just what,
I'll bring this
That's
back as a
fine.
resolution next time,
okay.
so if there's anything that needs
Sounds
to be
fair.
changed, I need to know before then, please.
Sounds good.
Move to other agenda item number 11, Resolution 2023-53, release of the La Coretta mortgage. Out there.
Yes, there was some title work done, and there was another mortgage that we had out there. Hopefully, this is the last of them. And they have paid that off 6 months ago. Yeah.
Is there a motion for Resolution 2023-53?
So moved.
Moved by John, is there a second?
Second,
Seconded by Patty. Roll call vote, please, then for Resolution 2023-53.
Anderson,
aye.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Clucky,
Aye.
Harvey.
Yep. On a 4-0 roll call vote, Resolution 2023-53 passes. Agenda item number 12, City Hawarden City Council would like to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5, Parent 1G, to discuss specific law enforcement matters, such as current and proposed investigations or inspection or auditing techniques or schedules, which if disclosed would enable law violators to avoid detection. Is there a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code Section 21.5?
So moved.
Moved by John, is there a second?
Second,
Seconded by Patty. Roll call vote then, please, to go into closed session.
Anderson,
aye.
Feldhacker,
Aye.
Clucky,
Aye.
Harvey.
No. On a 3-1 roll call vote, Hawarden City Council will now go into closed session.